Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to this UFI Connects. So wherever you are in the world, just some housekeeping at the beginning. If you want to say hello and introduce yourselves, please use the chat. Hi from London. And let us know where in the world you're joining from today. So we have a special edition of the UFI Connects. This is the presentation of the 5 finalists for the Digital Innovation Award. The UFI Awards are, we run every year for 6 different categories. We have marketing, operations and services, sustainable development, digital innovation, education, and industry partner awards. So you can see the various members of our working group. We have the similar background with the UFI Awards logo up here. These are our working group members. So if I could ask you very quickly in turn to introduce yourselves. So Stefan, hi Stefan, say hello to our...
Hello everyone, Stefan from Belgium, from Easy Fairs.
Okay, great. Baptiste next. I'll just go in order of my screen.
Hi everyone, Baptiste, CEO of Swapcard. Nice to meet you all.
Thank you, Joanne.
Hi everyone, Joanne Callaway from Sydney, Australia, representing Freeman in America.
Mr. David.
Hi, David from Cologne in Germany.
Mikita.
Hi guys, Mikita here, co-founder CTO at Expo Platform.
Tim.
Hi everyone, Tim, founder and CEO of Grip, based in London.
And last but definitely not least, Molly.
Hi everyone, I'm the secretary of the Digital Innovation Working Group with Nick, and I work at UFI doing social media.
Perfect. Thank you very much. So just to explain today, so everyone that we just introduced will be the judges today. We will have a 5-minute presentation from each of the finalists, which we will do in alphabetical order, and then we will have time for questions afterwards. We will inform the winners today. We will decide today. We will ask the public to vote. We won't. This will not be the binding vote. We will decide ourselves and let you know the winner today. The winner will be announced, I think, officially. The press releases for the various awards will go out on July the 20th. But yeah, we will decide the winner today. So just before we get going, just to introduce this year's topic was digital innovations that deliver a business impact. Because at the end of the day, you know, there are multiple different innovations looking at different ways that we can add digital services, digital solutions, etc. But at the end of the day, we're looking at ones that deliver impact to the bottom line, that drive revenue. Okay, so without further ado, we'd like to invite, so I will make you a co-host. So August Robotics, I'm looking for Vuyu. There you are. So I'm going to make you a co-host so you can share your screen.
Thank you.
And over to you, Vuyu.
Great. Awesome. Thank you, everyone. Excited to be here today. Let me quickly just share my screen.
Sorry, and while she does that, if anybody in the audience has questions, please pop them in the chat and then I can come to that afterwards.
Great. Really excited to talk to everyone today. As Nick has introduced so kindly, I'm Vuyu Makuba. I'm from August Robotics, and today I want to talk to you a bit about the Lionel lease solution. 5 minutes is not a lot of time, and there's so much I want to share. So I'm going to get into it real quickly, but also happy to answer questions at the end. So what is Lionel? Lionel is an exhibition floor marking robot that takes the CADs that are used every day in the exhibition industry and marks whatever you need on the floor. Booth numbers, booth corners, electrical voice, rigging points, you name it, we can mark it. Lionel enables businesses, exhibition industry, contractors and venues to take what is really a tedious, back-breaking, tiring, and long and stressful process and mark faster, more accurately, and more affordably. Before 2023, you would need an August Robotics engineer to come to your venue and to do the floor marking for you. But today I really want to talk about how we moved from a service-based operation to allowing anyone, anywhere to mark with Lionel very simply. Before I really dive into what we've done to make this possible, I think I just wanted to take a step back and really think about what is the impact beyond just the cost savings from a more affordable robot. You're looking at having happier and safer workplaces, from moving people who are working multiple days on a row, hunched up on their knees on the floor, to you being able to do floor marking from a tablet. You're able to contribute to the net zero goals, because you can move from having carpet on your shows to completely carpetless shows, as we've seen some clients do with Lionel. And it allows events contractors and venues to have more events and better events. Since using Lionel, they can mark long curved lines, mark circles, mark rivers through the hall, whatever you want to mark, Lionel can do it, because each mark is the same. Lastly, by using Lionel and introducing Lionel into the exhibition industry, we hope and believe that that will open up other robotics at other points in the process. So how did we get here? How did we move from a service solution that needed our engineers on the ground to a solution that allowed anyone to mark anywhere? We needed to create new software. We needed to refactor our code base. We needed to completely overhaul our system. And we needed to create processes and assets that allowed for customer success. 5 minutes is not a lot of time, so unfortunately, I can't take you deep into each of the processes, but I did want to highlight a few innovation milestones that were required to get to this point. First of all, you don't need any programming knowledge to be able to use Lionel. From uploading the CADs on our user portal, to being able to download the map, deploy the robot, and monitor it from a tablet, we designed this whole new software system to make this possible. We had to redesign the product itself. So in order to achieve that 5mm accurate marking, there's some calibration that needs to be done at the beginning of the process to make sure that the system is well calibrated. And before, our engineers had to do a little bit of fiddling and calibrating to get that right. And so we had to simplify our processes, eliminate some, automate some, so that someone without any technical knowledge is able to calibrate and deploy the robot on the floor very easily. Last one that I do want to highlight is, in the past, in order to have 3 robots marking the same map, you'd have to break the CAD map into 3 different maps before marking in order to make that happen. But now we've implemented what we call fleet robotics, which means there's one control system at the top that's managing which robot marks what. And so you can have 3 robots on the floor. The fleet system would allocate the marks between them, and then maybe you take one robot out, and the fleet system can dynamically reallocate the marks to ensure that you can complete marking in the fastest time without having to fiddle with CAD plans to make that possible. I just wanted to highlight one of our pilot customers, and I loved how they described the process as flawless. And 2 things I really wanted to highlight from their experience. One, they're able to deploy Lionel after about 2 days of training. So I think we trained them on the Thursday and Friday, and by the next Monday, they were able to make 1,000 marks independently, which is about 300 booths with 2 robots. 2, and I think this is the biggest one, given that we're talking about a business impact, is the ability to really change and impact their operations. So moving from having 3 people work for 3 days to perform a certain type of marking to just doing it in 10 hours with 2 robots. That's incredible efficiency, incredible impact on operations, and not including incredible impact on people's lives and being able to do what is really, really a difficult job much, much easier.
Okay.
We've seen this replicated with other clients. This is my time up. Let me just finish this page, please. We've seen this replicated with other clients. We've had clients marking over 100,000 square meters in their first 3 months of using Lionel. And we're seeing cost savings of up to 50% from when they were marking manually to now when they're marking using Lionel. I have a lot more to share, but I am out of time. So I'm happy to answer any questions and talk about this offline. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Via. Now, I realize 5 minutes isn't a lot of time, but that's really interesting. So A couple of questions in the chat. What would be the savings compared to using manual labor? I think we answered that, Joe. Yeah, so 3 people, 3 days for 2 robots, 10 hours. Are the marks easy to clean after the event?
Yeah, great. So we have 2 paint options. The one is permanent, which works for some of the venues that want to mark multiple shows over a long time and do blackening, but that's a very small percentage. For most people, what they care about is using our washable paint. So it's basically removable with water. And sometimes if you want to use a little bit of soap, it's similar to liquid chalk. So I think you would have seen some people use liquid chalk. It's pretty much the same as liquid chalk.
Okay, and a question from Makita. What's venue size? Does it start making sense?
Yeah, I think it's less about venue size and more about how many marks they're making. So I'd say if you're making about 12,000 marks, which is about 4,000 to 5,000 booths a year, then it's worth talking to us. Every venue is different in terms of how fast they want to do the marking and how the venue is set up. So each venue will be different. But if they're making at least 5,000 marks a year, 5,000 booths a year, then I think it's worth talking to us about it.
Okay. Well, back to these questions exactly on the labor costs, because it depends where you are in the world, but like 3 people for 3 days may not cost that much, compared to 2 robots. So in terms of kind of actual costs, is that easy to?
Yeah, then again, it's different by different customers. I would say that in kind of Germany, we're seeing that we're able to hit about 50% thus far of labor costs on floor marking. Different places will be different. In more of the Nordic countries, I think we're getting closer to something like 60 to 70%. If we look at how much they're spending versus how much they spend afterwards, but each customer would be different. How we do it is we give there's a lease fee every month that customers pay, and so depending on utilization as well, if they have high volumes, then they paying the same lease fee every month, no matter how much they use the robot, so they can really get a lot of savings from that.
Understood. And then you mentioned about sort of reaching, net zero targets by not having carpet. How does the way that you mark the floor affect whether you have carpet or not? Isn't that just a sort of choice of having carpet or not?
We've just started doing that with some customers. The first customer we did it with was XL London. And what they did is they felt that because the marks are all uniform, they all look quite good. And their floor is quite clean. So it's just like a really neat T or a really neat L or a really neat booth number. They felt comfortable in not having any carpet at all, because they felt like the markings themselves were not kind of offensive to the eye. So that's how we've done it with them.
Interesting, because obviously that is that's a secondary benefit, but that's a huge saving in terms of costs and resources, etc.
Yeah, exactly.
But you need a nice floor underneath.
Yeah.
Okay, so are there any more questions from anybody in the chat? Holger. Hi, Holger. Nice to see you. Great. And like final question, when will, are there plans to make Lionel sentient and sort of put AI brain into him so he can kind of, mark his own exhibition?
I would say he's quite autonomous and intelligent enough. So we'll leave it there.
Very good. Thank you very much, Vuyo. Perfect. We may come back to you with more questions later on. So moving on to DLG exhibitions. Do we have Maxine or anyone from DLG with us? Just trying to look.
Yes. Hi, esteemed jury. So should I start? Hi.
Yes. Yeah, let me make you co-host and then you can share your screen. Okay.
Yeah.
So you should be able to share your screen now.
We try. Okay. Is it right?
Perfect.
Perfect. Thank you. So dear jury, please allow me to introduce Mr. Jiang, the Vice President, Product Manager. And it's my great honor to represent the team to present 2022 web project case. The World Artificial Intelligence Conference is the most influential AI event in China, and the fifth WAC was successfully held in September 2022 in Shanghai. The 5 conferences attracted over 600,000 offline exhibition visitors and high online participation from 1.5 billion individuals, resulting in the signing and implementation of over 200 significant industrial projects with a total investment of 16 billion yuan. And since the emergence of the multiverse concept, it has gained extensive public awareness and discussion that how executive model could be connected to the multiverse. And under the global pandemic in 2022, AI plus multiverse became the biggest highlight of the conference. So the challenges are, how can we innovate online-offline integrated conferences? And when the conference is moved online, how can we meet the requirements of exhibitors, organizers, audiences, and how to display the multiverse elements? Here are our solutions. In 2022, the WAC integrated offline multiverse exhibition zone in Shanghai Expo Center, creating an immersive virtual reality integrated experience space, effectively providing on-site guests with a multiverse atmosphere that seamlessly integrates virtuality and reality. And we utilize the large space AR positioning technology to create multiverse experience zone in core area HE venues, enabling on-site guests to immerse themselves in the integration of VR with a multiverse world. And Shanghai landmark, including Xuhui District, Zhangjiang area, Oriental Pearl Tower, and Wukong Mansion, become iconic destination for tourists and visitors to visit and share their experience online. Additionally, the virtual online platform was upgraded to create an immersive multiverse world called AI Metaverse Planet. In the multiverse cloud venues and town, the audiences went through iconic multiverse spots, virtual cloud venues, live stream squares, highlight products, and the 5th anniversary maps and the carbon neutral plans, and experienced various interactions. And the 2 digital collections were released at the conference. Each piece within the collection is unique and non-replicable. And for exhibitors, the online cloud platform offers live forums, exhibitor presentations, and enterprise proposal, remark and comments, real-time translation, precise collection of big data, power searching, targeted placements, one-click reservation, and a specialized designed enterprise card. This platform enables relevant AI enterprises to exchange resources and engage in the trade-related discussion efficiently. Oops. And the data indicator system was built in a safe and complex manner to generate reliable user portraits and user transfer map. This facilitates gaining insight into efficient media distributions and identifying high-quality targets. The databases serve as support for the sustainable development of the conference, and the full process data enablement enables precise identification of quality customers, acquisition of audience preference, and delivery of exhibitors' cooperation clues throughout the entire process. So have we achieved our goals? From perspective of communication effectiveness, the conference have achieved high audience engagement, broader coverage, and a greater industrial influence. And from the perspective of communication effective and perspective of empowering business transactions, the conference served as gathering for industrial introduction and a grand stage for showcasing industrial achievement and a thriving garden for optimizing the innovation ecosystem. In 2022, a total investment volume of 15 billion yuan was achieved. And the 2023 WAC is about to kick off, and there is much more to look forward to. One day from now, the grand opening will take place and distinguished guests will participate in the conference. We once again sincerely give our warmest welcome to invite all esteemed jury to pay attention to And this is our presentation. So far, the participation is over 100,000. So we give a warmest welcome to all the juries.
Perfect. Share. Thank you. And thank you for keeping to time in the presentation. So a couple of questions. So you mentioned, I think near the beginning, 1.5 billion online attendees. So where are they coming from? I mean, obviously the majority from China, but also outside China.
Yeah, mainly it's from China, but there are also overseas viewers. But yes.
And are these unique visitors, or is it visits, as in, you know, the different times they engaged, you know, with the conference?
Oh, it's not individual people, but it's like the total viewers. Viewings.
Okay, I understand. Oh, so and because I think later on it said, as Baptiste mentioned, it was 600,000 online attendees. So a couple of questions in the chat. Do the attendees need to wear any hardware?
要需要任何硬件吗？我们参与的时候。Yeah, in the question answers, you need to ask for the project managers, Mr. Jiang. No, it's just they just immerse in the VR multiverse world, so there's no hardware need. It's designed to let them feel the atmosphere without too much restrictions, so no hardware needed. Apart from the iPad, they need to see on the screen.
Understood. So question from Joanne, who created the multiverse imaging?
你谁创造了这个想法？It's the total team. Since the emerge of the multiverse concept, I think people are start to thinking about how can we emerge with the traditional conferences. So it turned out to be a great idea. So the team tried out for the whole year, and it came out as a great solution.
Yeah, look great. And then from Baptiste, how many on-site exhibitors did you have, and how many online leads did you deliver to them?
我们一共有多少个参展商，以及多少条线索我们给到了他们？参展商400以上。There is more than 400 exhibitors for us to share for the last year, I think, and this year we have a lot more. And for the clues, the data, I think we need to check later for the clues for the exhibitors.
Okay, thank you. No problem. And in terms of the your investment for the meta part, you know, how did you turn the costs into revenue or margin?
我们是怎么把所有的花费变成了利润？
这也是在探索过程当中，线上线下的探索过程当中。
Okay. From our project manager, we are still in the progress of exploring the business model for us, but it turns out to be quite good as a result, but still in progress. We need to improve this year, and we actually made a balance for the cost and the revenues.
Thank you. And then is there another question? Final question. Well, a couple of questions actually. I think you mentioned 15 billion, you know, investments generated. It's notoriously difficult to measure the investments, you know, at trade shows and conferences. So how did you measure the 15 billion? How did you collect that information?
Let me ask the managers. 我们是怎么计算出15亿元的这个金额投资金额？150亿元的金额。
每一场论坛的对接会，我们会统计这些数据，最终有多少参加的对接，会有一个。
Because we have the matching forums for all the exhibitors and the potential buyers, and we will calculate and get the precise number for their needs and the demands, so the number is accurate, and it turns out to be the numbers.
Perfect. Okay. And sorry, Baptiste, your final question: how much they invested? What in what? In the platforms? In the
in the technology. How much did you pay in total cost for the metaverse technology?
我们投入了多少？ Is it the total conference or it's just an online platform?
Just the metaverse online platform, yes.
在200万人民币。
It's about 20, like 2 million RMB in total for the online platforms and the multiverse things.
Perfect. Okay, well, thank you very much for the presentation. Congratulations. It looks like a great event.
Thank you.
So, okay, so moving on, we move from China to Spain. Buenas tardes, Madrid. ¿Dónde estamos? Mauricio, okay, so I'm just going to make you co-host.
Okay. We share our...
Sí,
okay.
dale.
Perfect. Thank you. Gracias.
Thank you. Okay. Sharing. Okay.
Okay.
Good afternoon. Our team, composed of business, digital solutions, and marketing, would like to defend the candidacy of the Live Connect platform by IFEMA Madrid for its 365 days a year engagement and global audiences based on artificial intelligence. Live Connect 365 set as goal offering IFEMA initially and later on even other big event organizers or exhibition organizers in the software as a service approach, the ability of managing global audiences in one unified community, open non-stop and fully integrated with the hybrid events module. The idea was to bring all our clients together into one single digital platform. And by clients, I mean digital, current clients, potential clients, on-site or not on-site, and offering them content of their interest 365 days a year, and enabling them to share their own content and to interact among themselves. AI contributes to group users by interest and to make the most of synergies between events. And well, the business impact we pretend to achieve is creating year-round client engagement, boosting registration, and extending the scope of our events in time and space. And if we could add new revenue, so much the better. Mauricio will explain our approach in further detail.
Okay. Live Connect is composed of two integrated modules, the event module and the community module. The value of Live Connect lies in the seamless integration between the event and the community. Both worlds are interlinked and they reinforce each other, providing a smooth and fulfilling experience for users and opening up cross-selling opportunities. Live Connect presents three main added values. The first one is integrated and unified audience based on AI. Another one is the ecosystem 365. And the last one, the creation of new digital business all year round. Some of the Live Connect community module features are professional social network structuring channel, sectors, and events powered by AI based on the interests of each user. 3.6 event spaces, an area dedicated to each event within the global community. 365 activities, debates, conference, roundtables, broadcasts via streaming, call for startups, challenge, training content, and many more. Content directories, site to display information, service companies, product, etc., and on-demand content like videos, photo, podcasts, etc. Event funneling, users get info, post contents and activities related to their interests, with the main goal of sign up for the matched event. And finally, the community module can be integrated with other events platforms in the market. Now, Celia will explain our marketing approach.
Well, Live Connect is designed to be a unique global community that amplifies interests and create networks of similar profiles. generating an involved and engaged audience throughout the year. This community is structured into sectors and thematic channels, allowing users to access specific content and activities from each event that matches their interests. Then, based on their usage patterns, our artificial intelligence engine makes connections between the scope of each event and user interest, adding value for organizers through cross-selling opportunities. We identify two main customer journeys. In the first one, a user registers directly in Live Connect as it's an open community. And during the onboarding process, they select their interests, their channels, and they gain access to related content and activities. From there, the user can register to attend a specific event and enjoy tailored content and networking during the event days. The second journey, when a user registers for an event, they are automatically registered in the 365 community. This gives them access to channels and areas related to the event they are attending. From the outset, the user discovers a professional social network with high-quality, specialized content that matches their interests and that offers the opportunity to connect with like-minded professionals. This, in turn, not only extends the life of the event, but thanks to users' interaction, it also allows them to discover other events in the same sector, generating synergies and cross-selling opportunities among and between sectors. Now, Lourdes will explain how Live Connect offers users income.
Yeah. The mentioned features may be topped up by products and services, which are a way of both increasing client satisfaction and also events revenue. Some of our offerings are advertising, both in the community and in the events module. In the community, you may place ads in the 365 event spaces, which Mauricio spoke about. And you may also place ads in a certain topic or in a specific channel. We may create and manage sponsored sections like specific directories or activities, podcasts, webinars, and so on to enhance exhibitor or sponsor impact and visibility. We are also integrated with a challenges module to drive innovation for startups, like setting up calls for startups or creating community-wide or sector-specific challenges. We have also the platform has an integration with a courses module for training for the industries. And another star product is the virtual studio, which improves the experience in video and streaming sessions using virtual and hybrid reality technology to create virtual sets.
After only 4 months in use, by the total number of visitors registered in a cluster of 5 events, IFEMA Madrid gained a 10% of registered users and 3.2% of active users in the community. With the visitors registered in a cluster of 25 events, IFEMA Madrid is currently working to reach a 13% of registered users and a 10% of active users in the global community. After the first years of use, IFEMA Madrid will also offer this active audience new digital services to reach the target of 15% of the digital revenue.
And as a further step, we are developing Live Connect 365 in a software as a service format to be offered to other major exhibition organizers, so they may also manage their global audiences, exploit synergies between their events, while securing new digital business in a year-round model. We may provide both the community module on its own or together with the events modules. Well, we hope you found our project as enticing as we did. And this award certainly back up and encourage projects as ours. So thank you very much to UFI for letting us share our experience, both for our teams and for other teams. Thank you.
Listo, gracias, estimados. Thank you very much. So we have quite a few questions. So if we can ask you to stop sharing so we can see you.
Yes.
And I think you answered a couple of them in the last slides, but very quickly, did you develop the 365 community for the project, or is it based on existing platforms or building blocks?
We did develop it fully with, well, of course, with it was our team. We had
since 2 years ago, the internal team developed all the tools. We developed the event module and the community module, and they are perfectly integrated for this purpose.
Okay. Does the question from Sanjay, does the social network integrate with existing platforms, e.g. Reddit, LinkedIn, Discord, etc.?
Yeah, we developed some integrations in order to third-party system to form for the functionality complete the community. Now we work with the other platform, event platform of the market directly. You can use our community with this platform without any problem. Even you can use our community event module too, if you prefer.
You can identify yourself with our single authentication system, or even via LinkedIn.
Yeah,
you may register with the LinkedIn profile.
Now the development is for internal use here in IFEMA, but then maybe in September we launch our SaaS versions that will be provided to another clients and other organizers.
Yeah, no, got that. And then how many people sign in every month? I mean, you told us obviously the percentage, you know, in terms of your monthly active users, what kind of numbers are we talking about?
Total numbers is 300,000 users in the platform, and in the community 10,000. It's 3.2% for the time being, but we are still starting. We need to dynamize this. This platform needs a lot of content on dynamization to work fully. Yeah. So we are still on our steps.
Yeah, we start for the beginning of the year with the community. Now it's early stage, but we increase our number of users very quickly.
Great. A couple more questions. I mean, there's loads of questions. I'm afraid we won't be able to get around to them all. What type of algorithms are you using for the AI matchmaking?
What type of? Sorry?
Revenue.
What type of algorithms?
Here we use 2 different techniques for recommended systems, and the very common algorithm that use these systems. We use to provide more efficient and effective recommendations. We combine two techniques: the content-based filtering that focuses in the characteristics of our events, like sector, themes, current topics, trends that match with the interests of the users. And the other one is the collaborative filtering. That is to find similarities between user profiles. This technique is widely used in e-commerce portals and in social networks in order to make recommendations based on the interactions and the network of the contact network of each user.
Perfect, thank you. And I'm going to try and sort of amalgamate 3 questions into one. In terms of, engagement of the users, what does active user mean? How often do they sign in? How do you keep them engaged? And are you not cannibalizing, individual events struggle to get engagement? Are you not cannibalizing the sort of interactions at the event level?
No way, because the offer in the community is quite different to that of the event. So in the community, what we have is open content. Anyone can sign in to our community. It's an open community. You don't need to be registered in an event. You can be a current or a potential customer. It's just there you have content by interest, and the users can also post their own content. Okay, it's very open, and then it's open all the year round. Whereas in the event modules, we have direct networking more based on the interest in a certain event. So you are interacting not in a general manner, but based on the offer and demand that's present in the event itself. Also, we found that our events are mainly hybrid, because people still want to have face-to-face trade shows. They need the actual experience of communicating, of being face-to-face. So no, there's no cannibalization. It's really an extension of the opportunities the events offer. So you can extend really the scope in time as well. You can prepare the event beforehand and then go on afterwards connecting. So the connections you make in an event are carried to the community.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you very much. So I mean, we do have more questions, but we've run out of time. So moving from Spain to sunny Cologne. So I can see Patrick standing by. Hi, Patrick. Over to you.
Hi, Nick, and hi, everybody from not only sunny, but also stormy Cologne. I'm not sure, is the presentation already shared? Do you see the first slide? Yes. So for now, we strongly believe that a digital innovation deliver most real positive business impact when we use them to maximize the value of our classical physical on-site events. And this is for two reasons and two observations. The first is that people love to meet other people on site and physically again after COVID-19. Maybe they love it more than ever. This is a shot from August 2022 Gamescom, where we welcomed 265,000 visitors from more than 100 countries. But I guess that this is what all of us, or many of us, are experiencing, luckily enough, worldwide with our trade shows and fairs. And the second observation, we also have to respect and take into account that marketing budget and sales budget globally is spent more and more KPI driven, is spent more and more lead driven, and our exhibitors as well as visitors need to justify themselves more. What do you bring back in return for the investment in the channel trade fair? What are the numbers for new clients and new hot leads? And the two digital innovations we developed, I would like to share with you, are exactly addressing these two observations, and I would also say from a Koelnmesse point of view, beliefs. The first product we developed, it's called Lead and Meet, is to increase and maximize the number of relevant leads you are bringing home from an on-site, from a physical event. How does it work? First, as a given exhibitor booking Lead and Meet, you can define the dedicated target group you are interested in. For IDS, where we launched this product and sold it first, the trade show for the global dental community, as a given exhibitor, you may only be interested in purchasing managers for dental mechanic hospitals. Then you can decide when and where during the trade show you want to reach out to them and provide them your special offer and personal invitation to your booth. And thanks to our technology, it's partly hardware, Bluetooth beacon technology, which understands where on the booth you are, and also a set of software solutions we licensed from external partners we apply. We make sure that this personal matches, it's reaching your target group at the very fitting point. And I guess best of all, once a visitor decides to follow your invite and arrives at your booth, we are capturing, we are measuring the number of visitors, not only got the invite, but also arrived at your booth. And this is one part of the KPI, but a very important KPI. We are also reporting to the exhibitors booking this product. How does it look like? From a visitor point of view, it's really, I would say, as easy as possible. You are getting a push. If you are interested in the message, you can slide it away and you are guided to the marketing message, to your personal invite. Maybe an exhibitor says you are invited to our CEO, Cappuccino, while he is presenting our new product portfolio and product innovations. And if you want to follow this invite right now, or maybe later over the day, you just need to press a button. The new indoor navigation we recently launched is opened and guides you from your location directly to the exhibitor booth, where you are captured and measured as somebody that got brought to this exhibitor by this product. Pricing and packaging for real innovative products is always tricky, because market analysis, competitive analysis does not help you too much. We made it again here as easy as possible and sold 3 packages, S, M, and L, that differ by the number of criteria you can select to define your target group, and obviously also differ by the number of messages being sent out to your target group during the on-site show. I personally believe that here there is a lot of potential for next year. We not did it yet, but not putting a price tag on the number of messages, but putting a price tag on the value. For example, a new customer, a new hot lead delivered by Lead and Meet costs 500 euros. The messages, the number of messages, they are for free, contains a lot of value for the exhibitor. Yeah, if a lifetime value of a new customer is not 500 euros, but 5,000 euros in the dental industry, and also contains a lot of value for Koelnmesse as well. The second product, which is mainly based on the same hardware technology, but also applies some additional software solutions, has a very complementary, a very different approach. We called it post-fair leads. And the main promise and the main value of this product is we bring to you all the visitors from which we know 2 things. First, that the visitor's interest, that the visitor's profile fits to your product portfolio, to your offer. And second, we know, recording movement behavior, recording batch scans, and using some other data, that there has been no physical contact during the on-site event of that given visitor. So the promise is, we know that we had 1,000 visitors on the trade fair over the 3 days or 4 days or whatever, and we know that those had no contact to you. And we are offering you in this product, booking this product, that via our digital channels, you can reach out directly to that target group and to this unused and missed out potential, if you will. Last slide. We really were able to prove, we sold it for 2 fairs until now, IBS and Interzum. Interzum is a supplier trade fair for the furniture industry. And we were able, with this first 2 trade fairs we sold it for, to prove positive business impact. For example, the relation of, or the ratio of nearly 60,000 sold and sent out personal messages to nearly 20,000 visitors who followed the invite results in a conversion rate of 33–34%. This is much higher than we expected, and also much higher than our clients who booked the product expected, but also the qualitative feedback, not only the numbers, also the qualitative feedback, that these kind of KPI help our clients to justify increased investment in the trade fair marketing and sales channel as an important channel of their marketing mix, is something that makes us feel very positive. I also have to admit that there is still a bunch of work to do. Yeah, when we look into 2024, also optimizing, I have to say, some internal processes to really get this scalable, not sending it 100 times or 500 times, but selling it 5,000 or 10,000 times. This is where we still have some work to do, but the results and the added value we are able to prove with these products make us feel very good. Thank you very much.
Perfect, thank you. Very good. So straight into the questions. Is this charged to the exhibitor or the organizer?
So both products are charged to the exhibitor, but we also, of course, have to make sure, because we have to collect a lot of permissions from the visitor receiving these messages as well, that there's also added value to the visitors, but 100% paid by the exhibitor side.
And are you the only organizer using it? Do you perhaps will offer this to guest organizers?
I mean, this is an additional potential to offer it to guest organizers, but until now, I feel happy when in 2024 we 100% scale it to all of our in-house trade fairs. Maybe this is the step after the next step, I would say.
Sure. From Mikita, what is the conversion rate like for messages? How often do people react and show up?
35%, so 33. I have to remind the number, but it was 33, 34%, Alex, do you maybe know?
34% of those people.
34% of the ones receiving the message arrived at the booth for IDS and Interzum.
Amazing, very high. And from Tim, how many exhibitors that purchased a package last year have shown an interest in buying it again?
No, it was not last year. Or maybe
this year.
We sold it this year first. We developed it last year and beginning of this year. And I mean, we spoke to, it was sold to about 100 exhibitors this year, but I don't have an exact number. So they feel very positive, but I can give you a X% rate that is 100% correct. But so everybody we spoke to was very, very happy with the results.
Perfect. Amazing. Thank you. There may be more questions, but just in the interest of moving to Rhonda and Questex, and I need to make you the co-host. So I don't know where in the US you are, Rhonda.
I'm in the beautiful spot of Austin, Texas.
Aha, very nice. Great. Well, listen, the floor is yours. So over to you, Rhonda.
Thanks. And of course, like everyone else, there we go. I'm honored to be here. And there's been a lot of information. So I'm last, I'm bringing up the rear. So for those of you who don't know, Questex is an has event and digital offerings across 5 key sectors. And we've really moved from selling booths and banners to selling our audience. And in reality, we treat audience as a product. It's what our customers come to us for, whether it's through our events and media. The end result is to connect buyers and sellers. And many of us are striving to ensure that we provide the right content to the right audience when it's relative to them. And Q-Activate is the driver that is allowing Questex to reach that goal. We are not only capturing demographic and firmographic information and details about our audience, but behavior and interest at our events, on our websites, as well as off of our sites. And this is allowing us to create meaningful touch points with our audience year round. What is Q-Activate? It is kind of 3 layers, and up front, it's driven by our industry experts combined with, industry trends and insights. And then we monitor what topics are being consumed by our audiences on and off our sites. We've also consolidated all of our websites into 5 clouds that are community built around our verticals. So this allows a seamless user experience for our audience across event and media sites. And then finally, the foundation is really that one view of the audience where we've integrated all of our audience touch points into one single database. So if you come to Questex, either registering through an event, engaging with our website, signing up for a webinar or a newsletter, we're capturing all that data in one place. And then we're able to append the data with behavior and interest, which allows us that ability to provide relevant and timely content to the audience. That said, a platform is only as valuable as the team that's built around it. So we also went through the process of really looking at across the company at the key stakeholders and what those roles and responsibilities around audience ownership are, as well as what KPIs we would track to ensure our success. And then as well, part of our strategy is to touch the audience at every point of the buyer's journey. So from discovery to learning to buying, we've built what we call the wave. And the wave aligns both event and digital products along this buyer's journey. So that is what enables us to engage our community year round. So where are we 16 months later? We have this engine that's built. So with the ability to predict what our audience needs are based on these research and insights across B2B, we're able to activate that through content at our events and on our media sites, and then really build that first party data through engaging the audience and taking that engagement data and bringing it back in full circle to the engine to predict and activate and continue to engage. So this is how it's being used today. And I have a little example of hospitality. So if we're looking at the predict side of hospitality, we have seen over the last quarter that terms like loyalty, liability, travel, and hospitality programs are surging. Over 1,000 different hospitality companies where we can identify who those companies are. And so we activate that by adding a loyalty liability session at our hospitality event. We interview someone from one of the companies that's surging on their loyalty initiative, and make it a lead story or create a panel session. Sales engages Wyndham because that's one of the highest surging companies on loyalty programs, and they are offered a speaker sponsorship at our hospitality show. And then we also engage their competition to kind of create that healthy conversation. And then marketing is able to use this data to really target and engage the audience segments that are surging on these topics. So Questex success, this is kind of where we've ended up. We've been able to grow our audience database by 41% over the last 18 months. Of that, 16% are organically added through event registration, newsletter signups, or content engagement. We've been able to append over 3 million activity data points. So what they've engaged with, what they're looking at on our website, those types of things, as well as 4 million demographic data points. So these are our capability of someone provides us a title of Vice President of Marketing. We then append their job function to marketing and their job level to a Vice President level. We can map company names. So we have these automated programs on the back end to append data. And then that has all increased our audience engagement of our database by 10%. So the net result for our events is we're doing, have an average of an NPS of 30 across our different expos, conferences, and virtual events. We're able to cross-promote products. So those people who come into the Questex database via digital products are then promoted to our events, as well as event registrants who are new to the database are then offered our newsletter and engaged with our media sites. We've also been able to increase our unknown to known website visitors by 116%. And this is through being able to know who's coming to our website, their demographic information, firmographic information, and then creating interstitial offers to them to convert them to known. And so one big example that we've been able to achieve from this is organically launching the hospitality show, which actually floored in Vegas last week. And we're excited to have over 300 exhibitors and over 3,500 attendants at that event. And we launched that event in about 7 months. So that's our successes, and that's where it happens here at Questex.
Perfect. Thank you, Rhonda. So a couple of questions. So the first one is, how do you, it's disappeared off my screen. So Baptiste, from Baptiste, how do you track, and I've got a problem with my screen. Here we are. How do you capture what people are searching outside of your own content or website?
So we partner with Bombora on that. And so we're able to track whether we're doing ads or monitoring. So it is first party data. So when people leave our website, we're able to follow, and we don't know the specifics of who did what, but we can follow the segments of company size, job function, job level, and identify those companies that are searching on specific topics, and then track that back to the people in our database who are associated with those organizations.
Perfect. Thank you. And Tim's just put the link to Bombora in the chat. How does this type of data tracking comply with GDPR or CCPA?
So we do capture, so on our forms dynamically, we do capture explicit consent for UK and EU countries, as well as for California, as well as for Canada, for Castle. For events, we do capture confirmation at registration. Because we do
Okay.
capture, I mean, we also use content that's consumed at our events. So what people register for, what sessions they go into, that's used as well as what we capture on our media sites.
Understood. What percentage of the audience from online has attended your events, i.e. what is the conversion rate?
Of our converting unknown to known?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think 14% is what we've been able to achieve. And again, that's through really like identifying segments, what topics they're interested in, and then promoting like a white paper or a news alert on a certain topic that's trending to get them to convert to get more information on that, or industry research reports, things like that is what we use to convert them.
Got it. And final question, what percentage of people opt out, i.e. they don't give you permission to track them?
So I was just looking at this, and it's like 0.3% across our database. And then that program that we put in place to move event registrants into our digital audience, that people that opt out of that are about 1%. And then our digital audience to events, people that opt out of those promotions are about 3%.
Perfect. Thank you, Rhonda. Thank you to everybody. And I know we've run over a bit, so in the interest of time, I'm just going to launch our poll right now. Hopefully it should pop up on your screen. So just everybody, which is your favorite? Is it Lionel the robot from August Robotics? Is it the World AI Conference from DLG? Is it the 365 community from IFEMA? Lead and meet and post fair leads from Koelnmesse, or Q-Activate from Questex? So if you vote now, and just to let you all know, I did say at the beginning that we were going to discuss and announce the winner today. I've misspoken. We've changed our mind actually in our chat. We want to discuss this further as judges. We've got a lot to talk about. So we're not going to announce the winner today. We would like to discuss it further at length rather than just kind of in a WhatsApp chat. The quality of the entrance has been amazing. So we will let you know at a further date. As I mentioned, July the 20th, it will be the official press release. We'll definitely let you know ahead of that. But having a look, so come on, 15, 16, 17 people have participated, 18, 19. And so far, Koelnmesse in the lead, followed by looks like DLG and Q-Activate. So I'm going to end the poll there. No, I'm not. A couple more people. Share the result. IFEMA, solo un voto. ¿Qué pasó? But thank you again for everybody to take part. Just to say that, hopefully this was useful. All the entrants were very different, actually. So it was very interesting from our side. These were the best 5 that we judged from, I think, around 40 entries. So really well done to everybody. As I mentioned, we will let you know in the coming days, once we've had the chance to kind of discuss more fully. I think we need a good half an hour or hour to discuss at least. And then we will be presenting all of the case studies and some of the others on the website. At the end of the day, this is an exercise in finding and sharing best practice in the industry. So without further ado, thank you all once again. Sorry we run over a bit, but look forward to seeing you at a future UFI Connects or a future UFI event.